down the coast and found the puck, and it just went off the foot of his blade, and it came really close to being 1-0 for the London Knights. Here's Swick up along the wing. Head-man pass back through to center ice, and Andonovski again will just dial it in deep. Played up along the wing. Montgomery again. Up along the boards, and Julien will sail it in. Woolley hard around the far side and tracked down by Andonovski. And he'll play it on for Zoo. Zoo, headman pass. Jack Pridham sails it in across the line. Montgomery torched over to the wing and softened back down into London territory. Approaching the 4-minute mark, gone here in the first period. Romano in across the line. Took a whiff at the shot, stand on it, bouncing puck. Jesse Nurmi trying to track it down at the blue line, and Dickinson has it. Good little tuck pass to the Winnipeg prospect, and Julien up top. Here's a chance for London, shooting! They score!
Dickinson makes a nice play right here as he just dumps this puck into an area where Jacob Julien can skate onto it, have some speed coming through the neutral zone, and all of a sudden it's a bouncing puck right to Jesse Nurmi. And he makes no mistake recording his first of the playoffs.
Just over 4 minutes off the clock here in game 2. In again. Montgomery, he had a goal Friday night. In behind the net once again. Jesse Nurmi tugged that play to the corner, and Swick will grab onto it, and he'll filter over to the wing. Picked off by the Knights D, though, and Nurmi tracks it down at center ice and will just nudge it in. Montgomery in on his check. That was Zoo. Here's Julien in front of the net. So the Rangers want to get something going here in the first period. A much better start, as Rick mentioned. But still they're down a goal and down by 6 shots. Here's Bonk. Philadelphia's first rounder a couple years back. Headman pass tipped in by the goal scorer Jesse Nurmi, and Parsons. Everybody up and inside again. London sailed back to the blue line. They control the draw off to the coast. Return feed for Julien. He took a swipe at it and just missed. Montgomery, he's a load, shoots it right on, and slowly at his own blue line. Now pucks it back to Cameron Reed. And across the line, Swick is with him, stood up there by Bonk, and the Knights can't clear the zone. Now Van Bommel will, or rather Bonk, he'll shoot it down the length of the ice, and we have 55 seconds remaining in the minor to Ryder Bolt. Kitchener starting out slowly once again. Down by a goal, down by a game here in the Western Conference Finals. Wow, back out through to center ice, pops it onto the blade of Andonovski. In behind the net, hard around the boards again. Kitchener will have to regroup. Parsons. So London will go on their first power play. Rangers control the draw, and it's shot down the length of the ice. Cowan out there, Bonk out there, Halton in the court, lead past Julien and try to get him going off the boards, onside, up top, high slot. Halton and shoots, and it goes off the captain, Andonovski. Kept in by Bonk, off the coast, high slot for Dickinson, and it hopped over his step. Swept over to the wing. Here's Oliver Bonk busting his way in across the line. Halton waits up top again for Dickinson. What a move, trying to go low. Halton off the boards. Dickinson once again. He gave the puck away though this time. And Ellenis this time will hammer it down the length of the ice. Played in behind the net. Inside of 5 remaining here in the first period. A 1-0 London lead. There's Easton Cowan. Fading off the checking of Pridham. Cowan gathering speed through center ice. Now he works his way in across the line, going wide on Zoo. Stops on the dime. Sends it back, and now we got a race for it. Pridham up there, and Elliott to the rescue, and he'll find Halton. Pucks it onto the blade of Oliver Bonk. Bonk in and out. Back up top again. Oh, and Dickinson was behind the play. And they'll have to regroup at center ice. Headman pass for Bonk. 25 seconds remaining on the minor to the Kitchener Rangers. And it's sent down the Ellens horses for the Kitchener Rangers. Come out on the second unit. Down by 2. 2 left in the period. Left side pass for Andonovski. He'll just roll it in deep off the tip of his stick. Vermeulen out there, hard off the boards, and Chromiak can't keep it in. London's deploying that 4-man line right at the blue line. Lamb into the corner. Vermeulen in there as well, speared ahead by Dickinson. Now a lead pass for Julien, one-on-one, and Cowan is with them. 2-on-1 developing. Here's in front of the net as Cowan couldn't drop the load. A little late on the pass as Julien made some moves right in front of the net. And he dished it off at the last second, and Cowan was a little low to punt it home. Penalty for Vermeulen. Vermeulen, former Niagara Ice Dog, shades it in deep, played to the corner. Watch for Swick in front of the net. He has it. Now he goes upstairs and scores. And the Rangers. He got in behind the London D, and he made no mistake. Well, we'll see what the complexion is now of this hockey game. Played over to the wing. Oliver Bonk tracks it down off to the coast. Watch for Montgomery. Kick free, and Pridham has the puck. Over on the left side for Montgomery. Dialed in deep off the tip of the stick of Jacob Julien. Andonovski, he's the captain of this Ranger hockey squad. Up to Jack Pridham, taken off the puck by Jesse Nurmi. Floats right in that high slot area. And now Nurmi will lead the 4-man assault. Dumped in deep and clubbed down by the Philadelphia prospect. Back at the line is Dickinson. Quick shot, and that was off the shoulder of Parsons. So steady in net for the Kitchener Rangers. Off the boards again. Here's Dickinson, waits. Haltonen will try to feed him. Cowan over here on the near side. Stops on the dime. Backpedals one to Dickinson. Dickinson passing. Haltonen toe drag. Shoots. He lost the stick. I believe he hit Elena's stick and knocked it out of his hands. And it shuttled all the way down the length of the ice. 30 seconds off the penalty to Ellis of the Kitchener Rangers. London on the power play. Here's Haltonen. Lugs it out through to center ice. Hot pass for Bonk. He'll chase it into the corner. Half boards now is Dickinson. Dickinson, quick shot, knocked down by Pridham. Pridham waits, tried to feed Mercer, does. Success. Mercer in and out, takes the backhander, and it steered aside nicely by Austin Elliott. Here's Bonk again, and across the line, down the boards. Haltonen, Cowan waits, turns back on to checking the Mercer, on for Dickinson. Dickinson with room and space. Haltonen, top of the circle. Cowan, little dish. Haltonen, watch for Cowan, has the puck. He'll look for the return feed. Looks for Haltonen, and it was picked off by Pridham on a good stick. And it's wind back to the line, but Dickinson just couldn't keep it in. Still 25 seconds remaining on the London power play. Kept in by Dickinson. That's broken up by Ellis, and look for Pridham in behind. Pridham with the lane. Pridham on the goal. And he is stopped by us.
The playoffs.
Yeah, he's got 3 goals in this series out of the 4 for Kitchener. So I gotta like the Rangers here in period 2. Not 7 minutes in, they have scored 2 goals and come back to tie this hockey game. Not at a 2. Almost halfway through this hockey game. Game 2. Here's Easton Cowan on the dive. Spins off the checking. Haltonen trying to get it up on the blade. Swick steals it from him. And it's sent back out through to center ice. Young Zhu in across the line. Jack Pridham with that heavy shot trying to weave his way across the high slot area. And he'll tuck it back down low. And Oliver Bonk will set up shot. Bonk and Woolley. Long lead pass. Bouncing puck right on. Baracolo in behind his own net. Oh, the Rangers have the face-off deep in London territory. And the Knights will control. And Woolley drags it up onto his blade. He'll set up shop deep in his own territory. Bonk getting tied up with Swick. Oliver Bonk manages to bring it out through to center ice, then dumps it in deep. Play to the corner. Julien after it. Faded off the checking on one man. Speared back to the blue line. Woolley will keep it in. Woolley pass one man. Good move. Woolley with those mitts, and he...
Face-off will come into the neutral zone.
London gaining speed and territorial play as of late in this second period. But here comes the fine sophomore in Romana down the left side. 3 goals in this series. Played to the corner. Julien taken out by Romano. Centering pass. Quick shot off the stick of Austin Elliott. Now Kitchener with some pressure. To the corner once again. Julien trying to pin his man up against the boards. Lamb sets it free. Waltzes up. Romano with the backhander. And knocks sailed back into the corner once again. Blocked to the line. Not out. Finally pushed out by Bruce Stevic. And Chromiak has it. Good end-to-end action. Approaching the 5-minute mark remaining here in the second period. Kitchener making changes. Julien to the corner. Hard around the boards. He gave the puck away though. And
his name will be called.
There's a clean win by the Rangers
this afternoon.
Boy, he wins it again. Clean win. Shot in front of the net, courtesy of Chromiak again. Cowan fights off the checking of one man. That was Romano. He'll try to lug it in through the center ice. Easton Cowan puts it in for himself and races in with a great deal of determination into the corner. Half board. Dickinson shoots, and that was tipped wide by Cowan. Here's Ellenis again. He's another Ottawa pick. Played out through the center ice. A lot of San Jose and Ottawa picks on this two Midwest rivals. Here's Cowan again. Looks for a man. Front of the net. Holton and lurking. Cowan couldn't get the shot away, and it's sent back to Woolley. Woolley shoots, scores.
Once again, it's all about traffic for the London Knights as Easton Cowan tries to get this puck into a scoring area. It goes back to the defense. Woolley gets the shot away, and Julien gets the stick on it in front of Parsons, and that goes down over the glove blocker hand of Parsons. And for Julien, that's his second of the play.
Letting London restore that 2-goal lead, find themselves in the penalty box with 2 minutes remaining here in the second period. Dickinson down the coast for Cowan, back to Dickinson. Holton in that heavy shot, shooting. Oh, he just fired that one wide by a whisker or two off from that right post. Cowan again wants it, hits a skate on the delivering pass. Here's Holton in again. Wade shoots. And inside London, played to the corner. Kitchener won the draw, but London will control. Easton Cowan near boards. Fades off the checking to Mercer. With some space now, Cowan waits. Dickinson shoots in the left pad, saving a dandy by the goaltender, Jackson Parsons. Bonk in that bumper position. They call him Bumper Bonk. Here's up top for Holton, and shooting knocked down by the captain, Ananovsky. And he'll skitter it all the way back down into London ice. Minute 13 remaining here in the second period. Inside a minute remaining in the minor to Swift of the Kitchener Rangers, I should say. Swift, not Swift, played around the boards. Dickinson wants it. Gathered up into the corner by Bonk. Dickinson keeping it in. Romano finally punts it out. And Ellenis rather will race down on the right side. Here's Dickinson starting out for the London Knights. 4 abreast. He'll lead the 4-man assault. And across the line. And London can't hold it. And it's shot down the ice. Just 30 seconds remaining in the period. London maybe with one more chance here. They have, 11 goals in any given period in the last minute in these playoffs. An outstanding stat. Now Swick out of the penalty box, and it's sent over to the wing. Julien, one more chance, and Swick picks it off, and Mercer back up the ice the other way. Have to be quick. Pridham with the shot right on. And with along with Oliver Bonk. Pridham The Chicago pick picks the pocket of the D-man. Now right in front of the net is Vermeulen, and he couldn't stop it by Austin earlier. Played out through the center ice and nudged free, and Ananovsky has the puck to the open wing. Woolley settles the puck down, and long right wing pass for Montgomery, leaving it there for Julien, who has a second goal in the sifted territory. Everybody up and in tight. Here's Montgomery. Seals it toward the net, steered aside nicely by Parsons. Up against the boards is Jesse Nurmi. Zoo pinned up against the boards as well. Warded off there by Vermeulen. Julien in on the right side of the puck as well. Now hard around the boards again. Ball up with it. Little tab for Montgomery. Waltzes his way in, and he takes the shot and goes off the stick and rattled over to the coast. Played up top again. Onside shot. And it just missed. Parson might have got a piece of that. Sailed to the corner again. London with pressure. Here's Woolley again shooting it in front of the net. Montgomery takes another shot. And this time Julien wins it. Played back to the blue line. Swatted free. Knocked down by Montgomery. And Chromiak will tag himself and shovel it back to Reed. Romano's still out there. Alanis lets it go. By the way, he's -3 tonight. And there's hockey again. Here's Bruce Devitt. Long lead pass for Julien. He'll play it off those backboards and score! Montgomery puts it home, I believe.
With his second goal in this series as the London Knights gain the neutral zone here, and Jacob Julien just puts this off the end wall, and then he tries to beat the defenders to the puck. It does. It goes off of Andonovsky's stick, and you can see Swick on the wrong side of the puck.
5 off the clock here in the third period. London scores. Will it be an insurance goal? Off the boards and in again. Knights up by 3. Kitchener has 15 minutes remaining to get back into this hockey game. Picked off by Jesse Nurmi. Here's Montgomery again. What an addition he's been for these London Knights. And across the line is Zoo. Vermeulen to the corner. Bonk steals from him. Montgomery tries to clear the zone off the boards for Jesse Nurmi. And Pridham will have it. Ananovsky gains the red line. Swick breaks in across the blue line, trying to get the shot away. Woolley all over him. And Oliver Bonk will turn back. Bonk trying to settle things down. Keep back out there. It's pretty tough. That goes in
30 seconds of this period.
Draw one again. Woolley with the shot. Steer to the side off the blocker of Jackson Parsons. 34 shots directed. The overagers away so far in this hockey game. Backhanded in deep. Sim in to take the draw. London will control. Back to the blue line. Off to Julien. Down low. Stick by.
Remaining on the penalty to Pridham.
On the boards. Here's Montgomery again. He's looking for a hat trick. Back to the blue line. Montgomery. Bruce Devich. Top of the circle. Low. Julien scores. Give him 10. 6-2.
Knights have been employing the bumper position, and in this case they go to the low post here as Brstevich finds Julien. Julien just reaches around Parsons. He can't get back in time, and the Knights extend their lead to 4 goals now. It's a 6-2 hockey game on Jacob Julien's second of the game. That one recorded on the power play, and we have 9:38 remaining in regulation time. The Knights are doing exactly what they had to do here in period number 3.
Seals it in deep. 6:20 now remaining. Oh, there's a giveaway shot. And that was knocked down. It might have been knocked down by Brustevich and ushered wide. Back the other way. 2-on-1. Sim shoots. And it hits Andonovsky and peeled off to the side boards here, where Jack Pridham has it on the right side. In deep again. To the corner. Woolley fades off the checking a one-man, steered aside and off the boards, and Chip and charge back out through to center ice. Pridham. Stolen there by Julien. Got a game for Julien to have with Barkey out. 2-goal performance along with Montgomery. Now Pridham, he has that quick shot, and he toe dragged it on Ole, and he just had it roll off the tip of his stick. Played over to the open wing. Tracked down by Mercer, shot it into the corner. Bonk steals from him, and Holton.